so I'm not entirely sure.
Dude, the mole worm
I
ate the...
think we're back.
Oh my
Hello?
gosh.
Oh, yes. We have returned. Welcome, fellow
Bro,
castigators, to Brotocracy. We had a little technical hitch there, but it's fine.
the mole worm was trying to eat all of my items.
We shall continue with our conversation. So
A
what I was
bastard.
saying was, Cynthia Erivo will be playing Jesus Christ in the Hollywood Bowl production of Jesus Christ Superstar.
I'm not familiar with the Jesus Christ
And,
Superstar.
well, I have some things to say about that.
Sounds a bit heretical to me.
You are not the first to think so. So, but for those of you who don't remember who Cynthia Erivo is because you've been living under a rock, she was in the recent Wicked movie. She's a pretty just okay actress, not really even close to the powerhouse that people claim that she is, but she ticks a lot of boxes, so she tends to get roles. And now that she's been in Wicked, that was, destined to succeed, whether it was actually good or not, she is now getting more roles. She has actually played Jesus before.
What?
In a 2020 production in England where it was an all-female production, which is worse.
Nice.
I'm sure the apostles would have loved to have been depicted that way. They would have been elated.
Oh yeah, totally.
But yeah, I'm personally not sure how she's right for the role. I can't really picture Jesus as a bald, black, British lesbian, personally. But maybe that's just me. Perhaps.
Dude,
What about you, Micah?
Jesus is all of us, man.
Yeah, he's everyone. He gets us.
Yeah.
Listen to the ad campaigns that I may or may not think are incredibly stupid. Man, I'm gonna die before I get to that cooking pot.
Oh yeah.
This is so stupid.
I need like a lot of charcoal, but I don't know how to make it fast.
It's not your fault. It's my fault for choosing this guy. I don't think his perks really tag out.
If you put the pot away from the campfire, it wouldn't have been caught on fire.
It was not that close. That was ridiculous. Man. That was unjust. It was absurd.
You gonna start protesting about it?
I know it. Everyone knows it. It was outrageous. It was unfair.
It was the most injustice I've ever seen. Some might say an abuse of power.
But anyway, wow, that gave me like nothing. I'm probably gonna die anyway. So Jesus Christ Superstar has been kind of a contentious point among Christians. It is a musical written by, the music is composed by Andrew Lloyd Webber, and the lyrics are done by Tim Rice. And this kind of sounds like a recipe for success because they're the ones who did, they worked together to make the musical Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which is very lauded by Christians and atheists alike and has been performed millions of times over. And it's fairly faithful to the story, even when it would be difficult to do so, which one has to appreciate.
Joseph and the what?
It's in the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
What is that about?
Joseph.
Like from the Bible?
Yeah.
Bro.
Because remember that he gets the colorful coat, and then his brothers hate him, and they conspire to kill him, and then they sell him into slavery.
Bro.
Remember that?
Interesting.
It has some interesting and questionable choices, like Pharaoh being Elvis, but
I
like
mean,
it's always just played as someone impersonating Elvis. But, whatever. If you're gonna be true to the story and the moral of the story, then it's just one of those things.
I mean,
you can overlook. Well,
I mean, I'd watch it, like, sounds interesting enough.
it is. It's pretty good. Pretty good all in all. One of those ones where the songs will haunt you forever. For better or for worse. And Jesus Christ Superstar is, I think, equally well written, but it's just a naturally problematic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the things, I think the reason it's caused drama is because there are things in it that makes Christians uncomfortable. For instance, the Pharisees have a couple of songs, being villainous as they are, and they were obviously very critical of Jesus.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are like, that's wrong, I don't want to see that or listen to that. But it's also, like, to be fair, not inaccurate.
Right.
And they are depicted as villainous. It's like, this is not, I mean, yeah, it's uncomfortable, but it's not incorrect.
Dude, I'm farming right now.
Happy for you. I'm gonna die.
I'm doing agriculture, and you're like, I'm starving.
Each meal sustains me less. Like, I've been cooking up a storm, and it's just not doing enough.
I don't know how to mass produce charcoal. I have 2 charcoal. I need
I just
4
want to
more.
die. I want to be a ghost. I don't want to do this anymore. Living is too hard.
And maybe if you leave and come back as this character, you get another crockpot. Think about it.
Maybe.
If I
But
let
even
this
then,
fire
it's
go
like it's like difficult to get ingredients that he's happy with, and will actually feed him as much as it would another character.
But like
he's
if you
kinda
made
stupid.
stew or whatever,
He's kind of stupid.
I mean, he's just picky, bro. He just wants to die. He's like, I'm not gonna eat that. It's gross.
Anyway, so I think that it's actually a good musical up to a point. And it depends on production. I have a very complicated answer about this. Because, a good example is there is a song that Mary Magdalene sings called I Don't Know How to Love Him. And This is meant as like he's God. How do how do I be friends with God? I don't know how to talk to him or sort this out. But some
Fair enough.
productions interpret this as a little bit of a romance, like she's interested in him and he's
Whoa.
oblivious, and makes Mary just a little too touchy with him. So it really
Yikes.
depends a lot on how it's directed.
Dude, why is that the thing they go towards? That's like her son.
Oh,
Like what? Boy.
not that Mary.
Oh, different Mary. I was like, what the?
The other one, the prostitute or whatever she was. Yeah, I think she
Oh,
was the
right.
prostitute Mary because they're all like, "Oh, you shouldn't hang around with her." And he's like, "Don't be
Okay.
uncool, fam."
Okay, I guess you could come to that conclusion then, I
But
suppose.
there's nothing in the Bible that was ever like a thing that she was thinking.
I mean, she was a hoe
It's pretty
at one
weird.
point, so maybe she had a very traumatic view of
Well, yeah, but she also
love.
believed that he was God.
True.
So I don't think that would have been a relationship.
That could be the only way she know how to love. So sad.
But furthermore, the thing that bothers people the most about it is that it is
Oh.
largely told from the perspective of Judas,
Oh.
who is like, "Oh, Jesus is gonna get us killed. They hate us so much. I love him. I agree with him, but he's leading us into disaster." Is his thing, which is true. I mean, that was what Judas believed. And then, of course, it all goes wrong, and Judas realizes how wrong he was, and then he kills himself,
Oh.
which does happen in the musical. They have this whole song of regret, and then he has this elaborate hanging scene. And I was very appreciative of
Nice.
that. I was like, yes, that is exactly what happened. It should be.
Yes. That's
Like,
what I want to see on stage.
well,
Let's go.
I was like, yes, you're wrong, Judas. You were wrong.
Eat it.
That's the way it should be.
Oh, baby. You're like the meme where he's like, and he's pointing at the screen.
Yep. I was like, oh, oh.
Oh, oh.
So basically, my only problem with the musical is this one weird little bit where Ghost Judas comes out near the end, just for like a tiny bit, and
Let's shoot
he's
us.
still angry at Jesus, and it doesn't really make sense at all. And the reason
What?
for this conflict is because um, the composer is a Christian, believes he was God, but the lyricist believes that he was just a cool guy.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
there was some conflict in the making of it, but I think it actually helped in the end, more or less, to write the thing,
Yeah.
because the conflict between the characters is genuine.
Dude, how do I get fresh water?
So I've seen about 3 different versions of this, and some of them are really quite bad and are just a little too take a little too much artistic liberty and are quite heretical. But I saw one that I really, really liked. It was one of the last ones that was done. It was John Legend as, this is like a filmed filmed thing. It was like for TV. It was filmed for TV, and they
Oh,
had this big stage and everything with
interesting.
an absolutely huge cross in the middle. Um,
Nice.
it was very interesting staging, but I didn't think John Legend was going to be good as Jesus, but it kind of worked. It kind of worked. I thought it was okay. And Sarah Bareilles is Mary, who did very well, obviously. She wasn't too touchy with him. She sang the song well. I was happy with that. I thought Pilate was done incredibly well and super faithfully. Definitely a man filled with regret. And they did the whole... How many lashes is it? I forget all of a sudden.
I don't know. A lot.
It's a lot. But they do all of them on stage, and he counts them out.
Nice.
It's crazy. And so, like, there's this, like, there's this, like, dude on a guitar just riffing like crazy, just going mad as Pilate is, like, counting out his lashes. It's crazy. But I think the impact is good. I think it's effective, which is what I like about it. I think that a production of it is good if you are being true to what happened to Jesus and being true to the point of the story.
Right.
And then, of course, you know, he gets crucified at the end. Is bad.
Dude, you spoiled it for me. Come on.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's messed up.
They also had Alice Cooper as Herod, which was pretty funny. That was definitely a good role. And he's a Christian, so he, you know.
Nice.
Even though he was doing a little bit of